Hi, my name is Jared. I'm from Harmony Science Academy, Grand Prairie. For my project, I will explain who is behind this geometry idea. Many people know about geometry before us without even knowing what geometry actually was. Such as the Babylonians and the Egyptians, they know about versions of the Pythagorean theory about 1500 years ago before the Pythagoras. So think about how the pyramids are. And now think about the Egyptians and how they used geometry to build them without any actual modern tools. That's about how long ago geometry was used, and I'm sure it was used long before that too. If they could build the pyramids back then with no modern tools, just using geometry, imagine the great things we can do today with all the tools and advances that we have to this day. Imagine all the endless possibilities and adventures there are to explore using geometry. But to understand everything, first we have to reflect and know about its history. I'll use Google Drive and PowerPoint poster for my demonstration for my project. In my project, I created an explanation of who is behind this geometry idea. My ELA component. I decided to use the journal and write about what I do every day for the project. To read my final journal, please go to my website. In my social studies component, I wrote about the history connections. I chose this therefore I could discover more about my project and its history in more depth. Leonhard Euler was one of the world's greatest mathematicians of all time. He was a Swiss man who spent a considerable part of his life in Russia. This meant that he had a Swiss and Russian influence. One of the problems for which he was famous for solving was the 7 bridges of Königsberg. I find the context of this question interesting because he was perhaps the first to show that measurement, as in geometry, was not an essential part of mathematics. This problem could be reduced to a simple question of connection. To read my full essay, please go to my website. Thanks for watching my PBL, and I hope you enjoyed it.